Hello, it's Migos and Possible Migos. My name is Taffrey16. Welcome back to another reaction video, and welcome to my second reaction to You Have Been Watching. So this is a channel points request by Falcon. Thank you, Falcon, for using your points on this. I think he also requested the first episode. If you missed the first episode I did it on June 16th, 2022. If you've never seen the show before, it is a panel quiz show. Is it a quiz show? I guess kinda, yeah, panel quiz show hosted by Charlie Brooker. It is about 36 minutes. Last time we did Series 1, Episode 3. Today we're going to do Series 2, Episode 2, so let's go ahead and watch it. As you can see, in stunning HD quality.
Hello. Welcome to You Have Been Watching, the show that does for television what a volcanic ash cloud does for a jumbo jet. Brings it crashing down to Earth and then looms over it as though it's somehow won. Joining me this week are Jason Manford, Sharon Horgan and Robert Webb.
Hey!
There's been plenty going on in the world of TV recently. Adrian Chiles has jumped ship from the One Show to ITV. That's going to leave a gaping, vacuous void sitting on her own in the One Show studio. Horrible
Damn.
man I am.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, EastEnders bosses have announced they're axing 6 characters from Albert Square.
Whoa.
Faces like Charlie Slater and Minty will be replaced by fresher ones. Fresher than Minty?
Yeah, how the hell's that work?
What, extra strong Minty? Muscle man Alex Reid has pulled out of his upcoming cage fight, but never mind. The BBC has offered him a role in an upcoming drama. Apparently, it's set in the year 2000 BC. He'll be playing a basic Neanderthal. Filming starts in August, but the producers are worried he might not evolve in time. In the same interview, Alex Reid went on to compare himself to Jesus Christ, presumably because they both spent days trying to perform miracles in the Valley of Jordan. First off, we're going to take a look at a few of the week's TV highlights. Yet another series of False Dream Factory Britain's Got Talent started on Saturday.
Is Britain's Got Talent the one with Amanda Holden, the one where she tells people whether they're talented or not?
Yeah.
I like it. I just rather they got rid of the ones that are good early on in the queue. So the final is just 8 nutters. You know what I mean? So have a walk along the queue, like, where are you from? Leeds. Where are you from? Halifax. Where are you from? Narnia. OK, you're in.
But I want to know if you were paying attention on Saturday. Who was Chandy and what was their act?
Well, it's a dog, isn't it? It's got to be a dog.
You're absolutely right. Take a look.
Oh, no. I actually thought it wasn't going to go well. Is Chandy going to maul this woman at the end? Sick him, Chandy. Sick him.
Lovely. Lovely stuff. That was just like watching Strictly Come Dancing, really, in that I sat there thinking, I wonder if those two have done it.
I'm just worried that the word talent is being defined quite loosely there. Not just a woman pissing around with her dog.
Well, yes.
To do certain things a bit, but...
Britain's got women.
Fuck.
She's gonna like that, isn't she? And it's all... It's for the Queen,
Is it for the Queen?
Yeah, you win.
You get to go to a Royal Variety,
yeah.
do the Royal Variety, and well, I did Royal Variety last year, and I was stood next to Diversity, and Prince Philip came past, and I thought, this is the best place to stand. I'm stood next to Diversity. Here comes Prince Philip, and she says, "Oh, very good, very good." And I said, "Thank you." He said, "Are you all one family?" He genuinely said that. It was amazing.
Anyway, moving on. The other big TV event last week was, of course, the first leadership debate. Can anyone tell me what embarrassing mistake ITV inadvertently broadcast immediately afterwards?
Oh, no.
I'll give you a clue. It required an eagle eye.
Something to do with Gordon's eye?
Brass eye?
No. No, it was a technological mistake.
Did they flash up vote Labour really quickly, like some...
Nearly, almost. Let's take a look at the mortifying moment in question.
You at home can get involved with our big conversation about the debate online. Go to itv.com/election debate for a live web chat.
Now, that may not seem particularly embarrassing, but if you look closely at one of those viewer comments, you'll see it contains some bracing criticism of Mr Cameron. Yes, according to one...
Oh, I see it.
Cameron, you're a first-class CUNT. Tory spin doctors are mainly concerned about the first-class jibe. Trying to portray David Cameron as more of an average every
Of course.
Another big story on the news this week was, of course, the Icelandic volcano cancelling flights. Can anyone tell me what happened during a Sky News report on the story from Edinburgh Airport?
Was there an angry Scots person?
Kind of. Let's take a look.
You only found out when you got to the airport. You didn't know in your hotel. Or...
No. I hate Iceland!
Stag party was leaving Edinburgh this time.
An embarrassing intrusion there for Sky News. That man hasn't heard about the volcano. He's just Kerry Katona's agent. Now,
he was
can anyone
passionate.
tell me the name of the volcano that's caused all the problems? But there it is.
That is the name. It definitely is.
Sorry, what was that? That's, you know what, I'm going to give you a point for that. Well, let's see. It's a bit of a tongue twister. Let's see how they handled it on the American news.
Oh, no.
I'm going to give it a try.
All right, go ahead.
Aya fa player kadal.
I know it sounds good to me. You sound Icelandic.
It sort of looks like you just got the typewriter and just kind of did whatever you wanted. Like, I don't know what the name of the volcano.
The news there. Don't knock randomly hitting keys on a typewriter. How do you think they wrote the last 3 seasons of Lost?
You're not wrong.
With flights cancelled due to the volcano, your best chance of seeing Europe this week was to visit it by coach, just like in Channel 4's daytime nightmare Coach Trip. If you're not familiar with it, here's an instant bluffer's guide. Coach Trip is an unstoppable, trundling, feel-bad descent into reality hell, and Europe, which graces Channel 4's daytime schedules like a turd in a salad.
I haven't heard of this.
The come in 2 flavours, mundane and pedestrian, or instantly grating dunderheads. Under the auspices of catty tour guide Brendan, they meander through Europe, patronising the locals,
just one corner to watch away,
complaining about everything bar the oxygen, and doing all they can to wipe Britain's reputation on a great big arse of indignity. But most of all, they get on each other's last nerve.
I just can't stand you.
Bickering, jibing, moaning and sobbing until the whole thing starts to resemble a depressing improvised drama serial about a mobile prison. Come on, you're on holiday! Sing!
We like to party. We like to party.
I kind of want to watch that, but I kind of really don't.
All the fun of the Fritzl house on wheels.
I think they've got these people. I mean, it's the reality show sort of generation of these people who they think like every so often someone will go, well, the thing about me is I always speak my mind. You're like, yeah, that makes you a sociopath. You see, the rest of us have got a little filter system. You see, where we go, well, I won't say that because that could upset people. You know?
I don't know what. Yes, I don't understand when tact became such a terrible personal quality. What is the matter with these people? Well, they walk and go, your wife's a bit fat. How are you? Don't like this breakfast shit. Fucking nightmare these people are.
Also, the thing about me is I will never stop being myself. You're like, no, well, you can't ever stop being yourself. You will always be yourself. We're asking for you to be less of a tit. That's all.
It's really quite fascinating. I think we can have a look at precisely the kind of folk that might go on a coach trip.
Oh, no.
On board the coach are live wires, Carla and Angie.
I'm always getting scared of struck by lightning, whether I'm at home or on the road. Sometimes we even go to bed in trainers.
Wireistic Sel and wife Sheila.
My style of enjoyment is watching rather than participating.
And uni-mates Paul and Matt.
We've seen a ghost, well, we've heard a ghost.
Yeah, in an old church.
And we've met the Chucker brothers. I think those are our 2 things.
Jake and his emotional mum, Eileen.
Before I came, my sister said, I wonder what day you'll cry on, but she didn't actually think it would be day 1.
Oh my god.
What a delightful assortment of people. Coach Trip is like the film Speed, except the coach will explode if the average IQ climbs above 50. Well, we've seen an assortment of the couples, but I wonder what happens when you put them on the coach together. I suppose they just get along. Let's find out.
You were totally disrespectful towards Brendan when you told him to shut his gob, and I was shocked by that. Well, we were shocked.
You're easily shocked then, aren't you?
I don't like to mix with people like that.
Oh, like me.
Don't you start on me either! What are you going to do? Come on!
Down.
Get me out of
Good looking, so refined. Say, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in my mind?
Not musicals! I hate musicals!
Nightmarish scenes there. Coach Trip consists of a constantly revolving bunch of squabbling misfits travelling aimlessly around Europe to the amusement of no one, just like the Sugar Babes tour bus.
It's amusing to
What
me.
do you make of the kind of atmospherics on board?
Could have been a bit more violence. That guy, when he was trying to get his shirt off, that looked like it could have developed into something really meaty.
You've got to make sure you've got the charisma to lose your temper whilst wearing a lemon jumper
yeah.
and you've got a seatbelt on.
A pleasant observation from a viewer, Daz Miller, who says, Coach Trip is everything Big Brother should be. You get a selection of oddies, and bust them out of the country.
That's pretty good.
Makes it sound like a government scheme. Little question here about British holidaymakers. 15% of British tourists say they purposely do one thing when they go on holiday. Anyone know what that might be?
Get
like
pissed.
a waiter.
Is that the voice of experience?
No, that's not.
I'll give you a clue. It's not very sociable. It's something that's not very
Get
sociable.
chlamydia.
Yeah.
That's too sociable.
True, yeah.
Is it having sex in the next room? That's always weird, isn't it?
Having sex in the next room?
Yeah.
That's a fucking acrobatic feat. I was in a hotel once and I heard really posh people having sex. It was great because this guy was called Gerald. He was genuinely going, oh, Gerald! Gerald! Oh, and he was sort of going, oh, crumbs.
I've shared rooms with David Mitchell.
You know what? You're not going to get it, are you? The answer is that 15% of British tourists say they ignore strangers and actively avoid talking to anyone at all.
Mood.
Which means I'd find 85% of British tourists a fucking nightmare to go on holiday with.
I went on a coach trip with my family when it was the 80s and we were insisting on going on foreign holidays when we clearly couldn't afford it. And so we went on a coach from Lincoln to Spain. And that took 17 hours.
Wow.
And I was 8 years old, where 1 hour, when you're not really enjoying yourself, is basically the length of 4 years. But also, there's another boy who had a little mobile chess set, a little tiny one, and he said, do you want to play chess? And I knew the rules of chess. I'm like, oh, OK, then. And so he started playing chess, and then it turned out he was just randomly moving around. Suddenly I was in another... It was a different Beckett play. What? Okay. And I was a very shy, small boy, and I was going, OK, well, I'm just going to doggedly and almost tearfully try and play by the rules, even though this lunatic is hopping his king from one end to the other. And after doing this meaninglessly for about an hour, he declared himself the winner and then went off.
That explains everything about you.
It does, yeah.
Anyway, at the end of all of that, I can tell you that Rob and Sharon are equally in the lead. Join us after the break for some heartbreaking beauty and a dash of agonising death.
All right, bet. On to part 2.
Welcome back. Now, obviously, I'm no stranger to beautiful women. No, sir. I'm an irrelevance to beautiful women. But while the world of supermodels and high fashion may be closed to me, I know where to catch a tantalising glimpse of both on television in shows like America's Next Top Model, which closely resembles this. America's Next Top Model is a demented cross between a beauty pageant and a terrifying shock trooper training camp operated by Tyra, she-wolf of the SS, a glamorous yet ruthless future despot. The recipe. First, take some pretty-faced lady noughts with more legs than sense. Next, stick them in a house covered with portraits of our glorious leader. Then persuade them to partake in bizarre challenges and pose for enlightened arty photo shoots before a panel of lurid fashionistas enthusiastically grades their performance.
Actually, the bottom half of your body, I prefer the top half of your body.
One blubbering model gets kicked out each week, and Tyra glares with barely concealed fury while the girls are whittled down, in as much as humans this thin can be whittled, to one glorious winner.
This show's
It's
awful,
the general
bro.
election for people who'd vote for sequins given the opportunity. It's loud, gaudy, dumb, and ridiculous. And we're going to look at it now. Work it, bitch! Oh, sorry, girl. No, sorry, woman. Woman! The astonishing America's Next Top Model there. Now, before you start leering, those women are not pieces of meat. Some of them are vegetables. Sharon, I understand you like this show.
I love this show so much.
It sounds like you're in a relationship with it.
It's obscene. You know, every time I look at it, all I can think of is Zoolander. You know, it's the most crazy show. And Tyra as well. She's insane.
She's actually quite kind to them, though. She's quite maternal.
Yeah,
in a way,
very
when
maternal.
she's giving them the thing at the end. And
She goes, you
How do you
stand
know?
for me because your photo was not strong. And when your photo is not strong, the judges have to look at your personality. And your personality is really bad.
Well, funny you bring up Tyra. Watch how she reacts when two of the girls get voted off and one of them doesn't show enough tearful remorse.
Can you guys stand in front of me? I just want to say one more thing to you. Rebecca, I admire your emotion right now. It shows to me that this was something that's very important to you. Tiffany, I'm extremely disappointed in you. This is a joke to you. You've been through anger management. You've been through your grandmother getting her lights turned off to buy you a swimsuit for this competition. And you go over there and you joke and you laugh. This is serious to these girls. And this should be serious to you.
Looks can be deceiving. I'm hurt. I am. But I can't change it, Tyra. I've been...
Yes, you can.
No,
You can't change what?
I'm sick of crying about stuff that I cannot change. I'm sick of being disappointed. I'm sick of all of it.
Do you know that you had a possibility to win? Do you know that all of America is rooting for you? Do you know that? And then you come in here and you treat this like a joke? And you come in here with a defeatist attitude.
I don't have a bad attitude. Maybe I am angry inside. I've been through stuff, so I'm angry.
Yes, but it's not, this is not, be quiet,
but
Tiffany.
everybody
Be
knows
quiet!
That's what is
I'm
wrong
not
with
trying
you.
to,
But you're not.
Stop it! I have never in my life yelled at a girl like this.
Yes, you have.
And I only yelled at this is because she loves me. I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. How dare you? Learn something from this. You roll in your eyes and you act like this because you've heard it all before. You've heard it all before. You don't know where the hell I come from. You have no idea what I've been through. I'm not a victim. I grow from it and I learn. Take responsibility for yourself.
It's so awful.
Spectacular meltdown. Tyra Banks there being driven to fury by a contestant with a functioning sense of proportion.
Yeah.
So Sharon, do you still think that Tyra is awesome?
Well, you know, she has got a point, hasn't she?
I mean, do you think the show is just basically there to humiliate these women?
So that's what they're all for, though, aren't they? They're
And
just,
it's
the whole of telly's just full of bullies, basically.
No, it fucking isn't! You bastard! Isn't he a pink chair?
Yeah. Bitch.
What next, Pinky?
Ooh, the thrill of bullying, though. It really makes you feel electric.
What about your pink-chaired shit?
You know, they all had their hair done, and in the episode I watched, and then there was one girl who had no hair, Bianca.
Oh, yeah.
And I thought, what are they going to do? Just put a bit of pledge on it or something, right? And so for her, they waxed off her eyebrow, took her eyebrows off. And then they had a go at her that she wasn't expressing herself as much. There's no expressions left with no eyebrows.
It's interesting you bring up their ability to express, or not, as the case may be, because in a desperate bid to pretend there's more to modelling than eyeliner and vomiting, Tyra Tyra teaches the girls all the tricks of the trade, such as the ability to smize, or smile with your eyes. Here she is ably demonstrating precisely what that consists of.
Everybody, stand. Feet shoulder width apart, shoulders down as if somebody is going, Next up, string coming out of the top of your head. Squint. Okay, put your hand on your tummy, and I want you to think of something delicious. It could be a hot fudge sundae. It could be your boyfriend kissing your neck. Good, we're gonna perfect it. Come into the mirror right now. What are you thinking? Noodles. What flavor noodles? Beef. Do you know in Japan, the louder you smoke, the better it tastes? It was telling the chef that the noodle tastes good. 1, 2, 3. And relax, relax. Fully smile with the eyes. You did it. Lift your chin a little bit when you smile because you have a heavy brow, which photographs beautifully, but you don't want to get lost in your brow. Look at the muscles in my face. Look, no smiles. Smiles.
Flabbergasting stuff. The astonishing Tyra there showing the girls how to smize or smile with their eyes makes me want to crace or cry with my face. Actually, it also makes me want to flute her. By which I mean it makes me want to catch a flight to America, if I can, given the volcanic ash, bluff my way into the America's Next Top Model studio, get Tyra alone, and then shoot her. How can they take that seriously? Sharon, as a fan of this show.
Because there is nothing that Tyra Banks doesn't know about modelling. If you've got fat arms, she can tell you how to raise your eyebrow a certain way to draw attention away from your fat arms. If there was a Nobel
What would you do?
Prize...
You'd smoulder. You'd smoulder. You'd smile with your shoulder. Having been taught to smile with their eyes, the girls get a chance to showcase these new skills as they don dignity-filleting pink leotards and compete in a scintillating one-on-one smize-off, which looks like this.
Bianca and Jennifer. Remember, we can use our bodies, but stay in your frame. Go. Sell the magazine cover. Open your eyes a little bit. I'm losing your eyes. Losing your eyes. You have got her. Bianca got her. Give it up for Bianca.
Yeah, good job, Bianca, I guess.
Brilliant. A rigorous test there. They were dressed in kind of space burkas. Speaking of which, Iran's Next Top Model obviously consists of nothing but one big smize-off. Well, you know what? We're going to have our very own smize-off. Inspired by the show. Don't worry, we haven't got the full pink leotard. But if you could take your smize mask, which are behind your monitors there. You've got a smize mask. Before you put them on, stand up. OK, if you would like to don your smize masks, please.
I'm just going to check everyone else does it before me. I've been to these parties before.
OK, this is... Sorry, I'm struck by the thought this is what it would look like if the real IRA entered Eurovision. OK, Robert, you're first. I'll give you some advice, Robert. According to Tyra, think of something delicious, such as someone kissing your neck. OK.
He's pretty good at it.
He's smizing. OK. Sharon, prepare to smize. Come on, think nice thoughts. Smize the fuck out of us. Come on. That looks like a scene from the world's sexiest break-ins. OK, Jason. Come on, work that camera. Work it. Smize. That's brilliant. Thank you very much. You may now sit down. The winner is clearly Robert. Point to you. Well done.
Clearly, yeah.
Now, television can often be frightening, so that's what we're going to look at now. Fear, or to put it in a more atmospheric way... Fear. We start with a recent addition to... Was that frightening?
I was a bit frightened.
That was good.
No, I've done a little poo.
He did write Black Mirror.
Pooey pink chair. Anyway, we start with a recent addition to the scary TV roster, The Door, ITV's spooky celebrity game show. Let's take a look at this fucking brilliant thing.
The Door?
The Door was ITV1's attempt to merge the torture porn
Halloween
aesthetics
theme.
of the Saw movies with Saturday night entertainment values. Overseen by creepy Chris Tarrant and menacing Amanda Holden, it largely
God.
consisted of cheery celebs undertaking horrifying trials. Some gory, some spooky, some weird, and some claustrophobic. Oh, and some that made Dean Gaffney retch. Rather a lot. Better out than in Dean. Yes, that was indeed The Door, or as it's also called, Dean Gaffney's agent says yes to the funniest things.
I love that Dean Gaffney's catchphrase is now, huh?
He started doing that when there were gory things going on, but then he just carried on.
Yeah.
It's not when there are disgusting things, it's when there's anything that's a bit difficult. Dean starts to, huh, so he gets the crossword out.
I quite like that, because you know you're in trouble when the one from Boyzone is the alpha male.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What
I loved about Keith Duffy was he was genuinely taking it seriously, but at the same time, you know it's not serious. You got, like, there was all that sewerage. He's going, this sewer, it's horrible. It's like, damn you, art department. You know?
I didn't think it was very scary. So, no, I mean, if you had to create a genuinely scary game show, what would you do?
You'd get Chris Tarrant and Noel Edmonds and Jeremy Clarkson and Nick Ferrari to form a supergroup.
Okay.
Called Bell End Apocalypse. Every 10 years, they would find a new house to go around and practice, because they're a proper band, and they would practice in that person's front room for 10 years. I would find that scary.
Yeah, I'd
not
watch
really
that.
a game show, that's more a horror movie.
Yeah.
You come up with, I thought of one which was razor sharp hole in the wall, which is just
Whoa.
The wall has razor sharp edges and it
That's
just
a
kind of
brilliant
it just
idea.
whittles you.
So if you get it wrong,
I'd watch that too.
Yeah. You'd be a really interesting shape by
I
the
think
end.
that's the thing, is there does need to be more jeopardy. So if it was a game show where there was a chance of the viewer dying, you know, if Dean Gaffney wasn't able to hold down a witchetty grub, there's a chance of some viewer at home losing their life.
But there wasn't. But it used to be like, that sort of jeopardy. Like when Noel's house party, he would go, like, you know, when he did the sort of thing when he'd go to someone's house and you'd all be watching it at home and they go, we're going to Sandra's house, and she'd go, oh my God, because she's on the telly.
Yeah.
We'll do that, but when Sandra sees herself, there's a murderer behind her.
You know what?
Fuck you, Sandra.
I'm going to award Robert a point
Thanks.
for your nightmare scenario. Moving on from game shows to death. Death itself is pretty scary, I think, although thankfully none of us have to worry about it anymore. Ever since Sky screened the series How Not to Die, a sort of worst-case survival guide in which SAS hardman Chris Ryan shows us how to survive scary situations. Here he is setting up one episode in typically blunt style.
Life's temporary, nothing lasts. Everything that lives must die. You start every day not knowing when it's going to happen. You feed the kids, you go to work. The reality is, that day will come when it will be your last. We all know when we're going to be born, but what we don't know is when we're going to die! And all that is left is a memory. You have died. When the worst happens, there will be victims or survivors. Believe me, the choices you make can mean the difference between life and death. I will show you how not to die.
That's fucking stupid.
A painful scene there. What I'm getting from that is that the biggest threat to your life is doing a piece to camera while crossing the road.
You can imagine him talking to the director and going, right, so we're both agreed. The worst thing that could happen here is that this looks unintentionally funny.
Chris clearly survived that little incident with the car and was soon well enough to head home on foot. That should turn out safe.
Home is the place where we feel safe, our final retreat from the stresses and strains of the world. We approach the front door, rummaging in our pockets for our keys. By presuming we're safe, that just makes us more vulnerable to an attack.
Ooh. Got him.
The astonishing Chris Ryan there, taking the Daz doorstep challenge. think he was challenged by a bloke called Daz.
The original title for that programme is Christopher Ryan's Rape Fantasies.
Jesus.
Anyway, in another episode, Chris teaches us how not to die on holiday. And it includes a particularly unpleasant scenario, which he wants us to be mindful of. Any ideas what that might be? I'll give you a clue. It's kind of a form of harvesting.
Don't go to a harvester.
No, it's
Sheldon
a
at a
personal
corn?
item that would have to be taken from you by force.
Your nose.
That is near enough. Yeah, let's take a look at Chris's dire warning.
As a tourist, you will always be a target for local criminals because of your money. But there are even darker elements at work. In certain parts of the world, including South America,
Oh, take your
there have
kidneys.
been terrifying stories of a particular sinister crime that happens to tourists.
Yeah, take your kidneys. That's it.
The unsuspecting victim was either knocked out in a mugging or their drink was spiked. While unconscious, they were operated on. When they woke, one of their kidneys had been stolen. Thankfully, according to the Foreign Office, this is just an urban myth.
Yes, incredibly useful advice there from how not to die in mythical scenarios.
Did you say that was thankfully this is a myth?
Yeah.
They went to all that trouble
Yes.
Yeah.
to reconstruct this bullshit scenario.
Thankfully, I might not as well have bothered. Okay, at the end of that, Jason is in the lead. I will see you after the break for more of the same.
Is that Matt Smith?
Hello and welcome back to the last bit of the show, which won't hurt and does end quickly. Anyway, without further ado, we have a gripping quiz show noise, please.
Pretty
You can
good.
put your fingers on buzzers now.
Or thumb? Can we use a thumb?
I'm going to put 2 fingers on because you said fingers on buzzers,
Oh,
like
yeah.
plural.
I'm going to put my whole hand.
You boring pedants. 1,000 Ways to Die is a new show on Bravo which crassly reenacts
Seen
real-life
that.
deaths for our entertainment. Take a look at this cheery chappie enjoying a drive and a beer. His death is imminent, but how does he die? Robert.
You're saying Bravo crassly reenacts how he actually died?
Yes.
You want us to guess the funny ways that he might have died, then you're going to tell us how he actually died, and we're all going to feel a little bit smaller.
Are you a hypocrisy inspector?
Yes.
Was it just a simple drink driving death?
No. One of those funny
Straightforward.
incidents. No, it's why you should never stick your head out of a car window.
Oh,
Coming in the
no.
opposite direction. A truck, a murderer coming in the
I
opposite
saw a horror movie like this once.
No,
I won't
you know
spoil
what?
which
you
one,
are not
but
going to get it. Let's take
it's
a
really
look
good.
at the funny incident in question.
After 2 six-packs, Larry was feeling a little car sick.
Tango. Yeah.
Larry was on a losing streak. First his lunch, then...
Oh!
Gruesome stuff could happen to anyone. More tragedy followed shortly afterwards when the car hit an ex-SAS man doing a piece to camera in the middle of the road.
I love it that his friend is holding this can, going, ah, and the music goes, Dr. Pepper.
Next question. Jeremy Clarkson was placed top of what list by British housewives this week?
Assholes?
Sharon.
Bell ends.
I'm going to give you that. He actually came top of the list of TV personalities with the biggest perceived penis length.
Oh, I didn't.
Britain's housewives think he's got a 10.25-inch penis.
It probably does.
To think of it, I suppose Jeremy Clarkson probably does have a huge penis, which is why he doesn't spend his whole life driving massive cars to compensate for it.
Fair
for
point.
a bonus point, which other TV presenter appeared in the list with a perceived penis length of 6.3 inches.
Me?
Anne Robinson.
I'll give you a clue. He's the sort of person who's very handy when it comes to fixing things.
Bob the Builder.
Nick Knowles.
Yes. Well done, Jason. Point to you. Yes, the answer is Nick Knowles. He's best known as the presenter of DIY SOS, but he's also a very talented singer, as we can see in this video of him performing a heartfelt ballad about world peace. Take it away, Nick.
Oh, no. Hello, dark.
One another, our hearts filled with hate.
Like I looked over, like, is this good?
The ones who suffer are the ones who sit at home and wait. Yes, and no denying those who are trying to poison our minds. There's an eye for an eye. It's making the whole world blind.
Wonderful. Story. I mean, come on. Yeah. Stirring stuff. Nick sounds like a kind of cross between Dire Straits and Chris Rea, or diarrhea. All right, fine. Shut us up then.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that is the end of the show. And I can reveal that Jason and Sharon are tonight's joint winners.
Poor Robert.
Sorry, Robert, you're shit. Next week, I'm joined by Chris Addison, Lauren Laverne, and Rufus Hound. That's your lot. Now go away.
Okay, fine. I will.
Tomorrow on 4, Phone Jacker, laid bare in the shape of Face Jacker, taking his pranks into another dimension at 10. We've got TV comedy gem next tonight. The tears will be spilling down your face. Side-splitting, hilarious stuff. Max and Paddy's Road to Nowhere.
Hey! I gotta see Phone Jacker. You know, it's funny, I've actually seen Nick Knowles before, but it's been so long ago that I didn't even remember. I've seen Who Dares Wins a long time ago. August 15th, 2019 was my reaction to that, to Who Dares Wins. That was a while ago, my lord. Jesus, August, that's 3.5 years ago at this point, almost? Good God. Well, just that America's Top Model show is just... It's just the worst. It's just the worst. You know what's funny is I hadn't seen the context behind that. I'd seen that Tyra Banks meme that I'm rooting for you, we were all rooting for you. But knowing that that was a context just makes it so much worse. Jesus. It just makes it so much worse. Good God. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to do it for another reaction to You Have Been Watching. That's what it's called. All I can think of was Who Dares Wins now. That's on my mind. There's been a reaction to You Have Been Watching. Thank you again, Falcon, for using your points on this. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching as well. If you liked the video, be sure to leave it a like. If you didn't like it, don't. If you want to follow any of my social media links, my Twitch, where I stream every single day, my second channel for instant views, my Twitter, if you'll follow me on Patreon, if you will support me on my daily motion. All those things are in the video description down below, as well as the Twitch Files channel and the community Reddit. Also in the video description, you can find the names of all my Patrons. For those that know, you can be Patreon me for as little as $1 or £1. In addition to your name down there, you also get access to direction videos, as well as read your comments up to a day early, sometimes more. With all that being said, though, my name is Tafford. This has been my second reaction to You Have Been Watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.